Hello, my name is Zhatelier and welcome back for another bit of Shadow Empire. In previous episode we had a bit of a fighting over here. We captured Osnabrück. I'm just having a look at the map right now. Also there's been a bit of fighting in the west. I believe the pocket... Oh right, I think we formed a new pocket in the east, or rather on the west there. That'll probably be something we can clear out soon. But we do have a little bit of potential for fighting in here. So what I'm going to just do is cut off that road in a few points, and then I guess these two, I'm going to move in the flak guns along a little bit closer, same with the artillery, but I think we can probably just use the infantry to attack them. Now they only got a handful of troops in there, and even those troops, well, they just surrendered. Well, that makes my life a lot easier. They seem to have some Grand Republic era infantry, laser rifle and combat armor, so it's not actually that good troops compared to what we have. We have the laser rifles and heavy combat armor, and plus these are very tested units, so I think our troops are going to be in pretty good shape there. But yeah, we captured Osnabrück, and over here in the south we finally cleared out this pocket. We just need to start moving a bit of the troops around, I suppose. We got a bit of troops in here, which I'm not entirely sure which way. I think the 1st infantry, or machine gun infantry brigade, could probably stay over here in the east and assist with defending places. I'm going to send that out eastwards. Then the 1st Armor Brigade, I think I'm going to start moving that westward. The headquarters at least, and I suppose some of these units can also keep on moving down that way. We've got a bit of planes here. This is part of the... No, that's an independent one. We've got these two here still. But soon enough, the enemy troops in here are probably going to be pretty much destroyed. We did capture about 130,000 of their population, which is probably the vast majority. So I don't think they'll be causing too much issues. I did already hire a new set of transport planes over here to do some airlift, so we can actually move these recon planes somewhere else. And potentially what we'll do with these is just send them to Unsung, and we can use them as a recon for clearing out maybe the island in here. Hopefully, at least. I'm not entirely sure if that will be actually successful, but we'll see what happens. I mean, they seem to have a bit low supply, so I'm kind of interested to see what exactly they have in there. We could also potentially move in here. Out there's a bit of enemy troops there. Those seem to be quite seasoned, though. And we could potentially move this one forward. We could also try to move the flak gun over here. Keep it over there on the mountain, for example, to keep a lot of this area clear, but that's probably fine for now. We do have some of our wizards over here that could do a potential air recon in there right now, but I think we're going to skip that for this round. We did... Oh, right, there's the artillery group. Could we actually do a range attack on the troops in the mountains? We could. Whether that will be successful, probably not. Oh, we got 2 hits, but that's about it. We do also have wizards over here, which could do a bit of an air attack. Now, the question is there any... Well, there's air over there, so we don't really want to mess with these units. There's a bit of troops in here, which is something that we could probably try doing a bit of a... Actually, before we do that, let's do an air recon with our planes from the central front. There we go, there's a bit of a better recon, and then you can do the air attack in there. Might not get a lot of kills here, but maybe a few hits at least. Yeah, we've got 4 hits, that's about it. We do have a lot of infantry in there, but hopefully our troops will be able to hold them back. Are these... These are actually pretty old stuff, aren't they? Yeah, they are, okay. Well, let's just upgrade them a little bit, shall we? Well, it wasn't actually that old, but still. Let's get the somewhat better units in there, at least. We are actually losing a tiny bit of food right now, but it's probably not the worst. Because there might be a lot of logistics issues, like a lot of the food is currently going all the way through these parts here. Did we get the railway at least in here done? No, and I don't think we have enough workers in here to run everything that we need. So that's a bit of a problem, but let's get to the next round, shall we? So we did pull back a little bit in the west, and hopefully our line there will now hold. At least our attack did lure in a lot of enemy troops. Now we're going to defend, or try to fight them off or win defensive battles, and that way destroy them. Oh, there's an airstrike. They didn't do any damage, though. Oh, I think they're going to be attacking in here next. Yeah, there we go. We stood firm. They had a bit of motorcycle troops attacking, but that's about it. I think there's going to be another attacker here somewhere. Or there. Oh, they were victorious. So we lost 200 infantry, 200 machine guns, but destroyed 10 tanks. I'm sure the next round will, well, yeah, soon enough we'll be able to have our revenge. Oh, I think they were trying to attack our motorcycle troops there. They didn't deal any damage. Actually, we managed to kill 100 of their infantry there. So we killed 100 infantry and 10 tanks, lost 200 infantry. I mean, that's good enough, I suppose. BP count is at least 362 points, which is higher than the 341 points we promised. There we go, Austrian workers ours, and we gained a fate point and a fate back. That's nice, and we completed Zeus, which I believe is our missile launcher. We can have a look at that. Ooh, and rocket engine's been completed. Ancient Depot, now that would be 3 artifacts. Some of those can be really nice. Right, we've got a few decisions. Budgets, I'm not going to change right now. Interior accounts, I'm not going to do much changes there. Same for... Oh, actually. Over here for the Air Force research, we could go for the plasma engine. I suppose that could be quite handy. Or just improve the Thopter designs or something. Or aerodynamics. I think we're going to go with the plasma engine, though. Then we need to design something new. And I'm pretty sure that especially a lot of the infantry, we don't really have anything new to put in there. I do wonder, though. Let's say if we were to... I'm not going to necessarily design it, but let's say just a Thunderbird. I believe this was the transport. So we now got the rocket engines, which don't actually add that much necessarily weight in there, but I think the engine efficiency is not very high. Well, like real weight of 410 for medium rocket engine, if we compare that to the... Well, it's about the same weight as a medium turbojet, but it's a lot faster. But the engine efficiency is a lot lower as well, so there is that. Well, let's just keep it here. I'm not going to actually design this full. I just want to see if there's any better weaponry. Air-to-air weapon, no. There's the missiles and the machine guns. No laser base. Okay, I'm just going to not do that then. Have we upgraded our... Right, solid. I believe we've got that up to date then. So I don't need to worry about that one. What about the tank destroyer? Got the Shredder 2. Got the high velocity gun. We could probably put in the heavy laser gun in there, actually. Firepower has definitely increased. We could probably keep it at, well, if it's a tank destroyer, maybe 100mm polymer plating. So it will be a bit more expensive. But we haven't actually built any of these. And then the diesel engine, probably double diesel engine will be sufficient. Might not be the best, but it'll do for now. New order of battle. Let's see. There's light armor assault army. Heavy armor infantry. Ooh. That could be interesting. Mechanized RPG infantry army could also be quite interesting because the mechanized stuff would be okay against infantry. I can at least deal some damage for the enemy armored vehicle, so that could actually be quite handy. And good mobility to go wherever that's needed. Right, minor worker strike in Osnabrück. I'm gonna use military in there. 20 fear, 200 militant workers were killed. But beyond that, not too much. Worker strike in Spitzberg. I think in Spitzberg we don't want to necessarily rock the boat too much right now. Minor worker strike in Hidden Village. Same over there. And probably in Rio as well. I'm pretty sure that that one's also missing a bit of workers. Taz. That's quite a large strike there. Quack Doctor is active in Norfolk. I will give you my full support. So it was a success. Okay, good. And Joseph Syndic requests a donation. We can probably afford that. Ooh, and a new leader recruitment. Sure, we'll take one of their leaders in there. And I believe we want to have someone from the Maritime Trade House, which is, for example, Skip over here. And the new commander for the 2nd Heavy Armor Brigade. I didn't realize we lost a commander, but I suppose we did. Now, the commanders don't necessarily have to be part of the Maritime Trade House, unless it's the Supreme Headquarters. So yeah, we'll just put in this fellow in there. Right, let's start. Oh, we are using a lot of fuel right now. I suppose what we could do we still have the biofuel refinery in here? Well, since we've got a lot of vehicles moving, that's probably causing it. We do have the biofuel in here. It does use a decent bit of food, but we are still gaining food, so that's not the problem. Let's have a look at what did we inherit in Osnabrück over here. Oh dear. It's not looking good. the logistics are basically non-existent right now. Did the population start moving from here? Also, there's a bit of unrest in there for sure. The population is... oh wow, a lot of people are just becoming free folk by the looks of it. Right over there, okay. Right, well, we've got a little bit of this stuff. Let's go ahead and start, well, moving in here. We could probably use the tanks from here to do a bit of an attack. Just push these forward. Oh, we actually lost some heavy tanks there. That's a bit unfortunate, but I think it's one of the old, yeah, it's Metalhead 2 there that we lost. And we did get rid of 500 infantry with that. So it's not the worst, I dare say. Okay, someone standing in the city. The infantry can push in here. I think I'm going to start pulling these back to reduce the logistics pressure for the eastern towns here. This can drive pretty far away as well. And the 1st Armored Brigade, I think we're just going to go through here, through the mountains. And how is the situation for workers in here? Actually, we do have a bit of extra workers, Pittsburgh, but that might be because a lot of these buildings are currently in a bit of a rough state. That's currently mothballed. That one's active, and the truck station is slowly repairing at least. So that will probably... Yeah, we repaired 50 damage points, but we still need to get a lot more of that repaired. Oh well, it happens. We'll have someone in there. Guess this one could go to the city over there. I can go to Osnabrück. We've got rocket organs. I'm just going to have them park in Osnabrück for now. Same with the barriers. And that actually reminds me, we did not have a look at the missile launchers yet. So how long of range do you have? You've got 5 hex range. Okay, that's pretty decent. Movement is tracked. It does use a lot of ammo per round of firing. So that's quite a bit. It does 12 attacks per round. That's pretty decent. The actual attack values aren't necessarily all that great. Oh, right, okay. Got medium conventional missiles, and they can be up to 7 hexes away. We only have 5. That'll be regular quality, I suppose. So we've got a bit of air coverage in here. There is a bit of infantry in here, currently in the small pockets stance there, I suppose. But that's alright. Must have something in here. Ah, there's their new capital, I presume. Let's have a look at the... Since we were having a bit of the missions for the victory point, so we got 36.2 now. Pretty decent, actually. Of course, Hochstein still got 2.8 points there, so if we get all of their land and population, which we probably won't, we'd be getting up to about 39. And then Timonis is another 9.2, so that would get us to 48.2 or somewhere around there. That's pretty decent, I would say. So one of the things that I'm going to start doing is there any private economy? There's a bit of private funds in there. There's not too much, though. Oh, is the agriculture over here? It is active, but it is low production. How is the item or the food situation in here, anyway? There was no production last round. I suppose this round there is going to be at least a little bit of... don't actually know if there is... Oh, there's no salary in here yet. Oh, that might be it, then. There's no hunger, at least, but the happiness is very low. Right, we may need to return to the orders there later on, but right now, since it's kind of outside of all the reach of our normal stuff, we could potentially just turn this into a new Supreme Head Commander in here. Like we'd have, if we zoom out a little bit, it's probably easier to have a look at the map. So what we could do is we could have Osnabrück, Spitzberg, Norfolk, and Rosenau over here as a sort of separate area. Maybe all the way up to Rieff. Not entirely sure about that one. It's probably better for Rieff to supply the stuff to Spike directly. But over here we could gather Osnabrück and then just have the stuff, if need be, transported towards Spike. And then of course Spike is going to be the sort of southwestern area over here. So pretty much this entire area will probably be part of Spike. And then we'll probably have somebody be the headquarters for the northern half. At least they're the areas that we currently have. That'll probably allow us to do a bit better logistics and remove some of the idle things in there. So you're going to start doing an air bridge into there. And then this one. Are you still doing the air bridge? You probably are. I don't think I can actually move you around, can I? No, so air bridge... Can I cancel that then? Don't actually know. So unit admin... Don't think there's anything over here either. I do believe eventually that order is going to end, but not yet. But we can start bringing a bit more logistics towards Anseng there, so that will help us transport things in and out of there, according to what we need to do. So this one got attacked a few times in here, I believe. We did manage to get a bit of kills at least. Oh, there's a headquarters in there. Oh, and they don't have a lot of digging bonus in there, so technically speaking, we could do a bit of range stack on that. It's only 20 guns, so it probably won't be all that much damage, admittedly, but we can at least give it a try. Oh, well, we've got a hit at least. Oh, are they?
Yes, sir.
They have a bit of a bad supply in there. Interesting. Right. Got these. Am I able to do air recon with these? Probably not right now, and I suppose there's no airfields. Oh, you can actually move the spike directly. Okay, I'm just going to move you there, so the air bridge is going to be cancelled. And then maybe next round I can move this into Anseng. And then assign it under the second Supreme Head Command. So, you know, it will at least be supplied from here. I might want to get a little bit of ammunition in the meanwhile. Just 100. The stockpile over there is going to be less than 1,000 anyway. So we had the Eastern Front. I mean, there wasn't that much combat in there this round, but over here we can now start pushing a bit further in. Okay, this one along. So these are now surrounded. I forgot that we actually managed to surround this. But it was a nice surprise. For it to be successful. I'm just going to move that one along there. We got our man-padders over here. So that is a lot of troops that they have in here, including some tanks and a lot of motorcycle troops. Do we have our... Well, I suppose we've got our Hueys over here. How far can you do air attack? Up to there. Okay. Before we do that, let's go ahead and use the recon planes then. So we'll do a bit of air recon in here.
Birds are in the sky.
No interceptors present, so that's good. And I can do also another air recon in here. Provide a recon for both of these in sufficient numbers so that once we do some airstrikes, or now that we are going to be doing some airstrikes in there, we'll have a bit higher chance of hitting things at least. Whether we're actually going to get any kills seems to be a no. Yeah, no. We've got 6 hits. Not the best. And this one's going to do a bit of an airstrike on the other stack. Oh, there we go. That starts with a double kill there. Pretty effective. So, 20 tanks and 100 motorcycles. That's not too shabby. And our blitzers did get pushed back here. I think the machine gun... Oh, right. We need to get some replacements, don't I? Alright, well, let's get a little bit of these. I think we've got some... Well, rather some troops already somewhere. Waiting to be transported in. 400 machine gunners. Alright then. Some RPGs. I should probably make some of those older RPGs obsolete, quite frankly. Reduce the listings a bit, or make the listings a little bit shorter at least. Right, so we've got some rovers in here. I might just pull these back. We can potentially either attack these enemy tanks in here with our heavy tanks, or hold our ground for now. We've got some trimmer guns over here in the mountains defending. They got some bisons in there in the hold the line position, but that's not really that bad. Of course, it's rocket planes. How bad is that for defending? Okay, it's not any bad for defending. It gives a little bit defensive bonus, in fact, but not much. The metalheads could potentially start pushing the enemy back here at least a little bit. Now, which one do we want to attack? I think we want to probably destroy the medium tanks first. There we go. That was an easy destruction. And we can also destroy this one. Well, we didn't destroy it entirely, but 30 tanks is pretty decent. We'll still hold in here. I'm not going to push any further in there to keep the front line solid, and we can hopefully keep these in here. And next round we can start destroying them. I'm pretty sure they can't go to the higher mountains with the tanks, so that does give us a bit of saving grace. And then over here we got our planes. We got the Cobras, Apaches in there. We do have artillery, which has started recuperating a little bit. We could utilize our metalhead. Oh right, they still got that unit in there, but that should be a bit low on supplies at least. Of course, what I could do is use the Cobras for a bit of an air attack. No, that's too far away. And the Apaches, I mean, we could use the Apaches for a bit of a recon, I guess, but no, that's not really what we're after here. So destroying that is going to be actually a bit more difficult than I was hoping for. Because we got this one, we could start sending that north and, you know, just block that path. I'm pretty sure that they are going to oh, they're building up a road in there, actually. I see what's happening. Well, first of all, let's just use up our tanks to push back the enemy units here. Buy ourselves a bit of room. And then the barriers will start pulling back a little bit further. Metalheads over here will probably be mostly fine. I guess we could use the Cobras for a bit of an air attack in here. Or not. Because what I can do now is just start replacing some of that with the Wizards or something. Actually, let's have a... well, it's probably easier to get the replacement directly. So Wizard 2. One of these in there. That will start increase. Well, it won't increase the max range yet. But it will be a lot more effective unit, I reckon. I mean, it's got probably a bit more damage and all that. So it's all good. That one's going to be a bit of a problem. They are going to get the road in there. And if I can't cut them off soon... do I have the... so I got this one on the road. It's going to cost us a little bit of logistics, but I'm going to move it in here. Oh, well, I can't actually move it in there. There's not enough logistics. Well, that solves... well, it doesn't solve an issue, but that, I guess, answers a question at least. Right, so we've got the garrison in here. We could potentially move this forward, but I'm going to hold off on there for now. We could potentially move in here. Ooh. So that's high mountains. They got a bit of flak guns and tanks in there. We've got quite a firepower in here. We might take small losses. Well, okay, we didn't take losses, but we didn't really push them back either. I'm going to move the infantry along here. These metalheads cannot attack there. It's infantry in there anyway, so I suppose we do have a bit of artillery in here. Give them a bit of a range attack, shall we? Right, so this one should be able to hold quite easily. We've got the troop carriers there as well. And of course there's... oh, right. Over here we could probably... oh, there must be something there. That one's at least now ours. And there's... yeah, there's the long frogs there. Now we can't attack that this round, but maybe next round. There's a bit of leopards in there, but I think we've got some RPGs and anti-tank guns and all that. If we just use these, we should probably be able to destroy it. Oh, they broke. Okay. Well, I'm fine with that, I suppose. So now it's just that pocket in there. This can start heading south to support the attacks there. And I suppose I could actually send these trimmer guns as well. So I think these 4 units are probably going to be more than enough to destroy the long frog there. Actually, I think just 2 units will be enough. I'm going to move this one to the other road. So we can not necessarily spend all the logistics moving through this road here. Because it seems like it's having a bit of issues there. We do have still a decent bit of industrial points. So we could probably upgrade some roads or something, but I'm not going to do that necessarily quite yet. How much can we actually have industrial points anyway? 22,500 in here, okay. That's a pretty respectable amount. Now, of course, that number will probably drop over time. Now, we do have metalheads in here. Could probably attack there.
Bring in the tanks.
There we go, that's at least 10 tanks destroyed. And they got the infantry in here. They've got a bit of RPGs in there, actually. 200, and they got a little bit more infantry. I don't know what exactly they have in here. We don't have that good recon. Seems to be the Apaches could probably do a little bit of recon in there. They've got a lot of infantry in here digging in, and that's probably going to be good enough for those. Where's the headquarters of the... oh, it's the 7th Infantry. Right, so it would be all the way in here. I don't want to abandon this one right now. In fact, what I could do is I could move these ones in here to keep the Angels in check. Did we have... we do have some planes up here, though. Here we got the Wizards. Suppose I could do a quick little air attack with these over here. If nothing else, we can at least weaken them a bit further. Oh, there we go. That's a kill. 2 kills. Well, that's not too shabby. That's a decent bit of damage. We are going to start running a little bit low on fuel, though. Now, that's partially because we've got such a massive amount of tanks that have been moving recently, and moving a lot as well. So that is causing some issues. Is there... right, there's the Hueys in here, but we probably are not getting the fuel in here, so I'm not going to move these at all. Whereas this headquarters could probably move a little bit closer. I'm hoping that some of these buildings will start to repair now, and hopefully the agriculture... since this is part of an actual area, we could probably increase the amount of workers there a bit higher. So we'll be able to start hiring. I think I could probably do the orders already. Let's call this one Zone Orders. We'll put in the worker salary to 5, and we will allow emergency food. For now, at least. Confirm those orders. Right, there we go. So that should start fixing some of the issues. Oh, actually, the worker happiness is already increasing a lot since we increased the salary. Well, that's nice. I'm pretty sure that the amount of workers that we have in here will then start improving. Hopefully soon enough, anyway. Now, we could potentially do a bit more fighting on the eastern front in here. There's a bit of infantry there. There's quite a stack of troops in there, actually. Are they? They're not actually all that well established. So if we were to do a bit of range attack with our rocket artillery, it's going to cost us a lot in logistics, but that's quite a few hits in there. At least they are now distracted, if nothing else. Do wonder if I should just go ahead and attack with these two. We could probably do that.
Do it now.
Well, they got a bit of hit on us, but we destroyed them. Now we can just move in here. So that's their new capital, I presume. How much is there? We don't even know their population in there, quite frankly. We do know that we are at least taking a lot of the land. Flatgun can probably move forward, and so can they... Oh, right, we needed to get a road in here, so we can... Oh, can we... There we go. So now that is connected to the road network. So we could potentially try attacking here with our infantry, but I'm kind of tempted to not do that right now. As the infantry is going to start running lower and lower on supplies, I don't want to spend up the power, all the available strength in there. For now, anyway. Is the population did increase in here, actually. We've got a refugee camp, okay. Where do we have that? Oh, over there, okay, yeah, so it's getting 200 pops per round because of that. 100 from natural growth, so that's actually pretty decent. And I'm guessing some of the workplaces were shut down. I suppose the industry is not... Yeah, that's mothballed right now. The airbase is slowly fixing. I suppose at this stage we could start constructing the railway. We've got the railway coming all the way in here, so if we just get the railway built up there, that's going to fix a lot of the logistics issues coming to Spitzberg. And yeah, I'm just a little bit wondering if I should try attacking these. I think it's probably best to wait for another round. Well, at least we've started pushing the enemy back a bit further. I could probably go ahead and get rid of some of these roads. Because a lot of those aren't really needed. We can simplify things a little bit. But I do see that we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.